Alright, we are continuing here with the playthrough of Factorio Space Age. I am Pax. Yes, there's a bunch of things I want to do today, and I'm going to start by doing a bunch of small things, a bunch of aesthetic things, I guess, trying to get these stone bricks going, and also I wanted to even put down some fine concrete path on the important parts in the middle here. Find the outline of the base, the true sacred path. I'm of the mind of not every edge of a block is a sacred path. And yes, I wanted to just do a couple of other things. And one of them is actually to also move my pipe bus into the middle. Yeah, just trying to get it started. So this way I'm just going to even super force build it over the roboports there. This way I can try to transition it a bit more seamlessly. I'm also going to kind of clean up this solid fuel power plant here. Before we actually even do this, I want to also do a bit more recycling. It really wasn't necessary to worry about the ammo. I never put it on the cars. Yes, this way, when we clean up we can clean up these gun turrets. Gears, pipes is probably a good idea. You know, copper cables, these intermediates, circuits, the belts and inserters. Yellow inserters. And so whenever we're recycling, we just want to remember to put the material onto the bus before the production. And then what I wanted to do is actually even to kind of redesign this entirely, actually. What we're going to do is just make this a bit bigger. Alright, probably can just do this now. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get the same power plant here. Yep. Okay, let's kind of fix some of this stuff too. Is there anything? Yeah, there's still a little bit of coal down here. Just reverse this. Okay, we'll try to just clean this out a little bit. Moving things one tile. How does this game, Factorio? Alright, yes, another thing I want to do, just to get it over with now, is continue fleshing out my inventory a bit. I do like this new ability where you can activate groups and you can even like synchronize them in different places, and yeah, it's pretty nice actually. Anymore, there's a couple other achievements about, you know, beating the entire game of Space Age under a certain time limit, which I don't really know what I'm doing, so from here on out it's a lot of new stuff. But of course, you know, I gotta probably do cars on belts for every single planet or something. Definitely gonna do a lot of sushi belts for the space stations and spaceships. Alright, yes. You are moving over. 2 tiles, okay? 2 whole tiles. So don't judge me. Do you have enough landfill to like do this? I suppose you could just like go off. Huh. We can build enough landfill. We could just go build an island base. Okay, let's get this back online. Alright, there we go. Bots are building this back up. Alright, very nice. Okay, I also realized, yeah, we do have bots, like tons of rock fuel, obviously, which is really good. We're gonna put this onto the network, and actually I would rather have this than the solid fuel, so I guess I'll put it under my military. Because we can use it, of course, for tank fuel. Just have exactly 40. Okay, right. Oh yeah, I wanted to... yes, I was getting annoyed by the blinking, so I'm going to alert Disable no material or destruction. Okay, that should just like stop this blinking. Alright, that's good. Yes, now let's look at the trains. Okay, we are also wanting to establish our walls and pushing the train tracks out to the edge of the map here. I think this, then maybe a three-way here. Do this, and then let's get a little diagonal track here. Get over towards the wall with the train tracks, and we need to like establish the rest of these walls. We also need to continue pushing this Roboport line up here so we can just protect this cliff because it has holes in it, so it sort of still needs protection. And we're still pushing up here. And what we would like to do over here is build a train station. So where would it go is the question. So here it is. And I think right here is pretty good. This. That. Then I think we can connect here. Here. And here. Okay. There we go. There are now train tracks being laid out, and we have to try to continue putting down the wall and like the laser turrets and landmines and everything, but we need to push the train tracks out there in the Roboport network, and I'm just going to keep continuing this global Roboport network until, well, until hopefully what we actually get to finally do is the main goal for today, which is to start. I want to build this, like, I have this idea for a cool logistics train and logistics system, so we are preparing to set that up basically. Alright, so now I'm going to just kind of make sure I can copy over all the pipe logistics here. I think super force build, right? Yeah. This is it. Alright, let's go kind of help this along. Just try to get this whole pipe bus situation resolved here. So yeah, I just want to move it to the middle. I think it makes more sense now, especially there's no worries about throughput more or less anymore. There's fluids in there, so that's a good sign. And also I want to make room because I want to actually do something with all these assembling machines and with my mall and redo it a little bit and make it kind of cool, hopefully. Yes, because I've been wanting to explore this new mechanic, definitely, of the read all the belt contents. It's changed a lot about what you can do, especially with some sushi belt ideas. And I wanted to play around with this sushi belt idea, but it's not even going to be a sushi belt. It's going to, well, it's going to be like an on-demand sushi belt. Yes. And so I want to try to set up my logistics train using this idea of an on-demand sushi belt. Okay. Okay, there we go. We moved the pipe bus. And we're getting out here. Got Roboports out here at least, so we could put down this wall. So let's do that. I don't know, like this. Wonk, wonk. I'm gonna move some of the resource production to over here. I'm just gonna make sure we have enough of it with stack inserters. Also thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna quality everything here. Alright, yeah, we want to basically just move all this stuff over there. I don't know if the stack inserters are even necessary, but... Alright, I also just want this to be the copper cables. We're going to start just putting that directly on the cars. And have belts and inserters. Okay, yes, we want all of our production here, so that way we can basically maybe salvage some of this and turn it into more useful things and make more stuff in this part, which is our mall now. Of course, our sushi car sushi mall. We have the car bus to the outside and the car sushi to the inside, I guess. Okay, the one other thing I think we want to do before we really get started with the main plan is just to put quality modules in the engines here. Okay, then we need our quality splitter thing here. Right, filter for quality greater than normal. Okay, and so now we'll also have engines on the car bus and make quality engines, and I'm just gonna make more quality stuff. I think the quality is pretty fun. Yeah, we're gonna have to start rearranging this to be a certain way. This one should be like that. The normal item I want in the middle here. Yes, that is the main plan, because we're gonna rearrange this very significantly here in a second. Okay, and this is, we can actually get rid of this now. Alright, I don't think there's any point in quality combinators or quality lamps. We have the quality substations. So we're just going to be rearranging this just a little bit here. Okay, there. Okay, this is looking good. And I even think we should have quality, all this stuff too, so let's do that as well. Quality. We do want quality pipes just because they're ingredients. It's more about them being ingredients. Alright, there we go. It's looking nice. Okay, let's check on our wall progress here. Okay, yeah, we do have to... Okay, this is... So what do we... I think we can just try to put lines around them. Gosh, we are running out of iron quickly, so we definitely need to get our train network up and running, and so that's actually what we're preparing to do. Yes, we just got to do it in a cool way, you know. It's gonna be cool. All right, so now that we've gotten most of the things ready, we basically start our new train logistics system. So that is our main goal. And we have a bunch of blueprints I've made for different types of train networks, but I'm going to be using my design for logistics trains in this playthrough. And so this is, of course, I'm a big fan of like LTN, and this is as close as LTN as I could figure out how to do with the new train system. Hey, you're doing it right. Construct more machines using robots than manually. Wow. First goal though is to basically build a logistics train. Yes, and I do have it on here, right? Yes. Okay, yes. Here is the blueprint for it, so I kind of want to just try to build the entire thing and explain it, and we'll see if it's good enough. Okay, so this is going to be a train station called Logistics Provide, let's say, and we should be able to build a train as well. Okay. This one I want, of course, to be cyan. Okay, and now what we can actually do here is build some combinator circuits to make a request. Well, let's see. What I do want to put down as a blueprint is the requester station. So this is what the receiving end is going to be like. And I'd like to build out all my train stations a little logistics requester station here like this. Okay, no, it goes there. And I mainly want to just put this down because I have on the receiving end this constant combinator here that has all these different combinator groups, and so that way we can just add them here. So we do this, right? Yeah, so we want to say like items and fluids. So all these things are going to be part of our logistics request, and this train is going to go out to any train station and provide it like the LTN kind of trains I build in my other playthroughs. And I think oil, yes. All right. So these are all the items we're requesting, and so that's part of the plan, is that we're going to be requesting a lot of items, and I guess I can just use iron boxes, that's fine. Okay, and then we're going to of course want to be basically making sure that those items are on the train, and we also want them into these boxes. So we're going to be making this smart station here that's going to basically say, like, we're going to set the filters and use the filters to decide what should go onto the train. We want to also then build some combinators. So let's start with like an arithmetic combinator here, because we want to basically say like, okay, what's on the train and what is being requested. So we want to take the difference of those two things, right? And so then let's connect the green wire here to this combinator, because we wanted to say like, if what's on the train is less than what's here, we want a positive number. So we want to subtract what's on the train from what's here. So then we need to turn the train value into a negative number by saying each here, and then we can say times -1, and we'll output each. So that's just going to put all the values on the train as a negative number, and we will put then the red wire here, the output, combine it with the constant combinator. So that will be the difference between what is on the train and what we're requesting. And so anything that's positive here means that the train doesn't have enough. So this is our first condition, and we want to say like that each greater than 0, output each with a 1. And so then basically we could just connect this to here, and that would set the filters for the inserters there. Sorry, I want to get the power poles down, so I guess I'm just going to put this down. So there's some extra machinery that goes into the logistics train system, and so there's part of the design is to build this type of station, but we'll get into that in another session. Right, but the issue is this, is that like what happens sometimes is that it can get stuck if the items being requested aren't here. And actually it's almost mitigated now, since like every inserter has like all these filters, but the other, I often like adding a second condition where we basically are going to say like we need an and condition. And so this second condition is going to say like, okay, well, we know what we want on the train, but do we actually have it in these boxes? And so we're going to attach this green wire that's measuring the content of the boxes to here, and then again we're going to just say each greater than 0, output each with a value of 1. And so that will just tell us each item that's actually in the box. And instead of directly connecting this wire here, we're going to connect both of these conditions to the second combinator. And here we're going to say each exactly equals to the constant of 2. So we need both of these conditions to be true, and then output each with a 1. So now we can be more confident that we have the signal saying we have the request that we want to put on the train, and we have the fact that the item is actually available in the boxes, and so we can set the filters based on that. So then, so we should see then, for instance, that if I, is it actually working? I don't think so, because train needs to first of all be given some fuel, and it needs to go to the station, and we'll just tell it to wait for indefinitely. So it should be here. And so then if we put something in, I think, let's see, what's on the request? Some, you know, yellow belts are there, should be, right? So let's see, is it working? It says input, okay, input is one. Oh, I see, this isn't hooked up. Yes. Okay, this needs to be hooked up, of course. There we go. Maybe? No? Okay, input signals. Okay, those are all the requests. Yes. Yellow belt is one of them. And so you say also yellow belt, so you should say yellow belt equals 2. You should say output yellow belt, but why isn't it set filters? Like I didn't copy this. Oops, there we go. Okay, there we go. So now it's going to set the filters, and it's going to put yellow belt until it's full. So let's see, we can maybe put then some. So it's only going to put, nope, just kidding, it didn't. Should have only put 20 boxes on here, but it put all of them on there. I see, yes. Read train contents is important, yes. There we go. That's, okay, let's try again. Okay, so then we put the boxes on. It should stop at 20. There we go. So now it stops because the request is satisfied. And, okay, then it would put, you know, it's probably asking for almost 200 yellow belts, right? Okay, so then that's how we can control, like, what goes onto the train with the filters of the filter inserters. And we'll just take all this stuff away now. And the other thing I kind of like to do sometimes is, and I guess I'll just do it because this is a little bit more robust, but we can take essentially the train contents, I mean, what the station is saying, and we just want to say, like, if the train is here, and I'll put like the check mark or something, okay? And this way, we can also tell the inserters to only enable if the check mark is all available. Okay, so we'll just copy this over, and I think, well, I want to copy the wire, even though it's free. Okay, yes. So that way, yeah, we just have to make sure that the train's also here, just so we don't have the inserters going crazy. And I think then I decided the best way to actually deal with the organization of the items was to build a, a kind of on-demand sushi belt. And this is then now the next intention of this design, is to provide all the logistics items via this belt. And we're going to use the read belt contents feature here to help us figure everything out here. And we'll say hold all belts. And since basically I want any item that we want to be provided on demand and work its way over here, and then it's eventually going to just be put into the boxes. And if the inserters miss it, I have the belt just kind of loop around in case we need more things. Because I think what I was going to end up doing was just to yeah, assign each of the inserters to a different item class. And yeah, so but instead of actually going through the tedium of doing that, I believe it's pretty much exactly the same. Yeah, so we'll just redo it. I'll just put the blueprint down now that we've kind of explained how to build it. So let's just put the blueprint down. So, you know, a lot of people, of course, would just use requester chests to build their little builder train. But one of the achievements we're trying to also get is the logistics network embargo, and so we can't use requester chests. And I also like, you know, requester chests are kind of boring, I guess. Okay, yeah, so now I just have filters on all the inserters here just to pick up whatever particular item and put it in its own box, just so they're a little bit more organized is all. And so these are all just the items that are in all of these requests eventually, and so all of these things we also need to put together onto our mall situation down there. And then the hope is that then, you know, the mall will just be dropping items onto this belt. They'll work their way down and then get picked up by these inserters and go into their respective boxes. And I guess, did I rename it? Oh, it didn't keep the name. Oops. Yes, there we go. The train wasn't there, that's why it didn't work. Yeah, because the train station was renamed. And yeah, so then it'll go on the train eventually. That is the goal, the plan, the glorious plan. Okay, how's this stuff looking up here? Okay. Oh, I meant to got you a video of the worms being defeated. Okay, let's check in also on our expansion. Okay, that was fun though. We got at least the train part pretty much set up. And now we want to continue with the mall part. So this is why I was doing a little bit of work cleaning that up earlier. Okay, good. There we go. Shoring up our defenses for sure. All right, and then let's see. How do we want to work this in here? Definitely just going like this, I suppose. And what's great about the new feature of read belt contents is that it also allows you to do the underground belts. And yeah, so that, like, in the design I had in when I did the space exploration playthrough, I just put a wire on every belt. So like, what you can't do this, what you would have to do if you wanted to do a sushi belt like this, or one way at least of doing it, just put a wire on every single belt, and then you tell every single one to read belt contents. And now, like, you have access to the entire belt, but it's like a little bit of overkill. It's also ugly looking. This looks so much better. But you could not do it with an underground, and so now we can. So that allows us to do a lot more even. Now let's see. I guess I want to try to maybe snake it around over here. So let's see. Where would this be? And okay. So but then, what can we do now with the read belt contents? Well, basically, like, we want to get stuff on demand into this whole system, so that way, basically, I want to make the same requests that I want on the train. I want it to arrive into these boxes, and so the boxes should have exactly the same things as what I want onto a train. So that way we can just leave this single combinator. So now what we want to do is something similar where we say, like, okay, well, what's in the boxes? But we also want to say what is on the belt, because we can essentially think about, like, the belt just being part of the boxes, and as soon as it's on the belt, it's basically accounted for. And that's how we can do this effectively, because if we couldn't read the belt contents, we'd have to figure out some other tricky way of figuring out, like, okay, I want some, you know, swords chest, but, like, okay, it takes them a while to go onto the belt and get all the way over here. But since we can read the belt, we can know it's on the way immediately. And so all we have to do is just combine then what's in the content of the boxes plus what's on the belt, So those are both on the green wire here, just being added together. Subtracting it from the request. And this will tell us then what we want to add, but in this case it's the wrong sign because we want to subtract the contents of the belt. And so we flip it again with another one of these combinators that just turns each times -1 into each. And then this is the signal we want to then carry forward to the base. And then we're going to just basically wire this up. And I guess just gonna use this, yes. And then we can use this signal to tell all of the ball what to put onto my little sushi bell here. So we'll bring this down, the green wire, and we are going to have this mall kind of like over. I mean, this is the mall, right? So we're going to be bringing this belt through like this. So we just have to also make sure that everything's cleared off and we can do it. Let's see, I have like so much junk on me for some reason. Okay, so this will be this, and over here, let's start with this one, I guess. A little more ready. And we need, I guess, we just need power poles. We're going to need power poles to carry the signal. Yeah, we're going to need to set up some inserters, right? So, we can't really do this disconnecting. Let's also jump under this. And we'll be bringing it up this way. Whoa. Alright, I'm fine with that. Okay, let's then continue carrying the green wire down. Okay, and then we want to bring this. So let's just do this. Okay, guess that's fine. I very often click on the upgrade planner when I mean to click on the green wire. Okay, so again, the green wire contains all of the requests. And basically, we can just connect it. So let's kind of do this, yes. Let's just make a little blueprint over here. We want to provide these things, yes, okay. Alright, so we're going to connect the green wires to these inserters. And we're just going to set their filters. Use set filters, not use filters. And that's pretty much it. I kind of want to just make sure it only does one at a time though. It is like all the buildings and stuff. Why does that look so weird? It's fine. Okay, yes, and the wires provide power. And I think I was also liking the idea of potentially monitoring everything else, monitoring the boxes. So we'll do it like this, and then that's all we have to do actually, right? I think, blueprint. So we'll just blueprint this. And we'll say, like, green wire. Is wires a thing? Yeah. And I guess the conserver. Okay, let's add this to our miscellaneous blueprint book here. All right. Okay, so then we should be able to just grab the blueprint here and paste it down. Okay, so it's not going to go because even though the arithmetic combinators are one of the items being requested, we didn't do this trick I explained of saying, like, is it being requested and is it being provided? And so everything is being requested, but there's only 5 filters. So it's not actually going, but I think it's going to be fine because eventually it will work. So we can just keep kind of continuing to add this. And so let's try to like continue fleshing out the mall and getting the rest of the items that we need. Start adding more stuff here. Yes, yes. Okay, so we will be wanting like other things we have in the other mall, like steam engines. Okay. This thing. Okay, this one is kind of just going to have to be special. So we'll just do this. Just because of the change in the power pole pattern here. Pole pattern. This one, okay, yeah, this one also needs to be a little bit special. So that one's good. And this is fine. We can still just have it go under. I guess we'll just also have it go in there with the bots. We do want quality bots too, so let's see. We need the little quality thing. Quality. Then, yeah, oops, quality. Then, this other option for the logistics network. We'll go this way, that way, yes. Okay, you've got the wire. Wait, no you don't. Green wire comes, and then this would be your green wire. And then this is your green wire. Oh, things are going. Some things are going. Oh gosh. Is it gonna work? Okay. Boxes are going. And they stopped. That's a good sign. That is the good sign that it stopped, yes. Great, so we'll have this. Yes. I believe. Okay. Let's keep trying. Yeah, so it'll just be this. Okay, I guess we want the red wires here too then. So it's this one. It's this. Alright, tricky. Okay, and then we can have the pipe grounds here as well. So we want those. Like this. Okay, nice. Alright, good. Of course, we have to respect the secret path. Continue. Right, and then we want to also get the wires coming too. Okay. Hopefully this works out pretty well. Just continue with this. I think that's where we'll stop. Alright, so is this looking the way I want it? Let's see. Then I think also actually quality inserters are also a pretty good idea. So we'll quality the inserters. Do we want... Yeah, this one I think is going to change. Yeah, just this one should be the reds actually, yes. Quality reds are actually probably one of the best ones to get quality of. There's no upgrade to the long inserters that are faster. We have like, you know, bulk inserters and stack inserters. But if we want more long inserters, we have to have higher quality red ones. But it's possible now, so it's kind of cool. Yes, yes. Okay, I think this one can be pump jacks. Yes. And, you know, everything just gets quality, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anything that just can even have any benefit, I mean, it's like, why not? It just, there's like no downside almost to quality. Okay, then here we can start doing like the chemical plants, do the assembly machines, and of course, quality, this. Then, yeah, oh yeah, we of course need the level 1 assembly machines. But we don't really care if we quality these. Guess we do want to add them. Yes. And then we need also probably the boilers. There they are. Boilers. Right? Yes. And these stone furnaces here. Okay, so all that stuff's there. We have one more spot, but I don't think we need it right now. And I think it's all active, right? Red wire is the contents. It's looking good. That was looking good. Yeah, okay, so now I can also put these road reports maybe somewhat more meaningful. I'm not really sure still about my road report pattern though. That means it'll be all over here. I have the pipe bus in the middle now, so that changes it. Okay, but then this is looking pretty good, I think. And so let's go check on the train and see if it like has stuff in it. Okay. Okay, there are at least steel chests on the train. So that's the one thing that we got. It's just the steel chests. Okay. So yeah, we want to work on this side. But now we have an issue, which is actually that... Yes, the issue is that, of course, the belt is now disjointed from the main belt. And so we can't really, there's no way to actually combine these two belts to make them a single belt for the reed belt contents. And so we really just want to link them together, but it doesn't really work like that. Okay, yes. So we need to then, yeah, account for this other belt. And so what we're going to do is actually, plus, I mean, the other thing is we actually need to subtract it. So we want it to be subtracted when it's on the belt. And so what we're going to do is, again, just do it like this. Take each, multiply by -1, output each. Okay, and then of course we're going to read belt context, all belts. So now we just have this other side belt, easy peasy. We'll just read it all again, and we're just going to also subtract it from the green wire. So then now the green wire can account for this side belt over here. Okay, and then we can use actually then this isn't right, is it? It should be here. So we can grab from the cars actually the things we want, like belts and yellow inserters, and pipes are on the bus. So we'll take these from the bus. Maybe even this. Okay, yes, and we need those same inserters here. Let's have these. So we need to move this, unfortunately. Yeah, that's right. Okay, the yellow inserters are going. Oh, no, wait. Stop. Wait. The wire's not there. Okay, well, let's see. Wire? Okay. Okay, they are still going, but is that okay? I think it's okay. They should be going, but it just all depends. Just needs to stop. Hopefully it'll stop. Alright, yes. Okay, so let's bring this down. We'll do that. Oh wait, Oi, bots are busy. Clean out my inventory finally. Okay. Right, we don't really care about personal batteries being on there. Let's see. So I want to just continue bringing this down. We don't really care about those. And we do care about laser turrets actually, so right there. Blueprint thing. Okay. Legs we don't need on here. Yeah, but maybe we want, I think here we want actually the gun turrets. Okay, and certain quality. Range is a good enough reason for me. Okay, so then we want this thing. That. Cool. Okay. Should be good. This doesn't go. Alright, yes. I'm all... Alright, so let's see. Is there stuff on the train? There's belts. 190 belts and 40 boxes. That's pretty good. There's more stuff coming. Yes, more belts are coming because they need to go into the boxes as well. Which is fine. This is good and fine. And we'll continue. Let's see. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of this. Let's bring this down. I do also want solar panels, so this will go there. Alright, yep. I have all these. Oh well. Solar panels. Rare ones. Uncommon. Okay. Alright, there we go. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Yes. And... okay, so we're going to change this up a bit. We don't need sticks anymore. We put those onto the thing already. I'm going to change this one to iron chests. This one to be chain signals. We also need pump. Okay. There we go. Alright. There. Yes. These and these. These. And that. Okay, there we go. There's the plan, basically. So this is now, yeah, just connecting our logistics mall here to a logistics train through this on-demand sushi belt. So I think it's pretty cool. So hopefully you can see it working. See it in action a little bit here. Laser turrets, sure. Okay, yeah, there's still more I want to do. Air packs, train tracks, electric mining drills are here. Walls, purples. Okay, so there we go. This has been full plan here. Okay, yes, things are looking better. I still want to quality module things. Miners, power poles. We could do pumps. Okay, so now what is there a holdup? Is there an issue? Okay. Here, there's an issue. Right. So we should see storage chains going. There we go. Storage things are going now. That's... yes. So what's up with transfer belts? Probably the same problem, no? There's nothing on the green wire over here. Yes, here it is. Missing link here. There we go. Okay, so we should see red belts coming out. Now we see it. Yes. Okay, now things are coming. So, yes, although... I mean, yeah, we would think because there's like 5 different slots, so 5 different things can go at once. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trust it enough that it works. We could try to do this double extra condition just to make sure that we have everything, which will make it a little bit more robust. There's like a slight chance that it jams like this, but I'll just try it out for now. And so, yeah, so it's dumping out a lot of stuff right now, but this is all the requests we have for the train. So it's just going to completely load up the train and exactly fulfill the requests. But it's going to load up the train and it's going to load up the chest. So it's going to be... but it should... I mean, I think I overrided them, right? Yeah, right? So they put on one at a time. So it should kind of match the request exactly. Other than there might be like this one brief moment where the inserter picks it up. That could add an extra one or something. But then we should see then it like load up onto the train, of course. And yeah, but like once it reaches the request threshold, it'll stop, and then eventually all the requests will be satisfied. So we see our train now getting filled up with items here, and so they're slowly coming. And yeah, so this little loop-de-loop here was just to make sure that, you know, the inserters can handle everything. We, you know, of course, like right now it's like asking for a bunch of stuff all at once, but you know, eventually this will be kind of, you know, not super high throughput since it's just logistics items. But it looks like it's working pretty well here, so I'm pretty happy with it now. And so we see things still streaming in and just being rapidly loaded onto the train here. And yeah, so then now we have the ability to set all these different items up pretty much at will. and request them, and then they get loaded onto the train and provided into these chests. Essentially, the logistics mall will now just provide it to our train automatically using this essentially on-demand sushi belt here. And we even just did this little trick to make it branch, and so we can have like a lot more production. I could have just also like made it wrap around this way or something, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, so then I definitely cleaned up the base a lot, and we have like at least the western wall looks actually like it's pretty much defended here. So all the turrets are down, and let's just throw some more landmines down here out here too. And landmines, I realize, are like pretty cost effective as well. Like the DPS you get for the price is quite impressive. And I guess we'll wrap up by just no, look at this. I just want to admire this a little bit more. Look at this thing, it's awesome. All right, so yeah, we got inserters now, and looks like, yeah, the red belts are finally satisfied for at least being on the train, so it's stopped. But now they're stockpiling into the chest, so they're still going to be coming. And I guess there's some just arbitrary order that they come in. I was thinking about even using the selector combinator here to also potentially help me choose like which items to request if there's multiple requests all at once, but I think it works pretty effectively like this. So yeah, things are just coming. And actually there's one other item I want to add to it as well, which are these landmines, in fact, since we are using them quite heavily for our wall. So let's go ahead and also just provide these. Okay, and then I guess I can just copy this somehow like this. Okay, just get rid of this though. Green wire, and let's just put this back a bit. Well, let's just do this. Okay, and want this thing again. Let's do it this way. There, and then of course we want to subtract what's on the belt from the green wire everywhere else, and then we can just now access the landmines as well. So, way more than, oh yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, we still see like the splitters going. Where are they? So yeah, some things are still coming for sure. Belts. Blue inserters. I think it's going fast enough here. Just kind of upgrade everything to stack inserters also. So this is all whacked out too. Oops. Cool. Okay, yeah, things are still streaming into the train. Kind of a little haphazardly, it seems. Because we just see, this is why you also want potentially the selector, because we're now actually bottlenecked by the production. Okay, right. Yeah, I need to fix all these. And so we could be getting other items, but right now the ones that are being requested are, of course, oh wow. Let me take this off. Holding it up, holding everything else up, right? Because they only asked for these things, but these actually aren't available right now. And so they're causing the system to slow down, but I'm not that worried about it, right? Really, it's going to fix itself eventually. And, you know, I think it'll stabilize eventually. Oh, oops. Okay, I need all this stuff. Like this, I mean. Boy, lots of little details. Okay, anything else that has the quality that doesn't have the thing? Oops. Okay, but yeah, but then I think we saw it pretty much in action here. And should give me that. And we are feeling pretty good, I think, about this being awesome. Yes. Okay. But I think then, you know, now we have basically the train ready, and we are essentially set up to now start to be able to go out and use the train to provide the logistics equipment to our other train stations. And so then I think next time I want to try to get some of the mining online and start to use our builder train to help us build the mine and set up our actual logistics trains that provide all the ores to the base. And so we'll have to go get this mine, set up the logistics trains, and probably feed all that into our smelter over there. But yeah, but then I think we're actually finally feeling very safe. The eastern wall is pretty much walled off. We just need to put some laser turrets out here and some mines, and we'll have a completely walled off system. And I think eventually we'll start to decide if we want this to just be one global network or segment it out. But I think once we have this up and running, we can start to break apart the network to make it a little bit more efficient. But cool. And yeah, like I'm feeling pretty good now about our cars on belt sushi mall with this like logistics setup, and base is like kind of looking pretty cool right now. But yeah, I think we'll call the session here. There you go. Factorio, I am Pax. And I will see you in the next video.